Al, it is February, which means it's state of play time, I guess.
Is that how it works?
That's how it works.
All right. That's how it works.
That's how it works. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, and manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc, Al, and Lady.
Hello.
This is episode 425, and we are going to discuss the ins and outs of Sony's February state of play for the 2025.
Mm-hmm. That's this
Mm-hmm.
year.
That is this year. It's very shocking.
Man.
A lot of stuff they announced, or at least talked about and announced. Some
Mm-hmm.
stuff was, just already out there, so here you go.
Yeah, like more information on stuff that we already knew about.
More information. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then some shadow drops.
Yes.
Why did you just become like a 1930s gangster?
Toots, they did the state of play today.
Well done. Just do the whole podcast like that.
Well, of course they started off from Capcom. Toots.
Okay, never mind. You can't do the whole podcast like that because I'll laugh the whole time and then you'll be like, no one can hear anything anyone's saying because you won't stop laughing like a dork.
uh, Anyways,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
they start. Capcom was here to just begin things off. Monster Hunter Wilds is out in like 2 weeks, so they're like, here's just a montage of fighting monsters, which that's that. Hey, that's what you do in that game.
That's what you do in that game.
Unsurprisingly,
Hmm.
yeah, not a whole lot of anything outside of that. It was just here's a bunch of monsters getting beat up. And then they're also like, yeah, we're going to do DLC for the game as well. Here's another monster coming. And then also we're doing more DLC. It's going to have other stuff and another monster afterwards that we're not going to announce yet. But anyways, that's it. The game's out in 2 weeks. Here you go. Monster
Woo!
Hunter. After that, Sega's like, hello, we're here as well.
Hmm.
Sega.
Sega.
They announced a new Shinobi game.
They did.
Shinobi Art of Vengeance. This is being made by the people who made Streets of Rage 4. Uh, the art style reminded me a lot of Okami. It was basically just kind of like, it's like that Japanese style of art.
With the like thick black lines and
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So it looked really interesting and everything. The only thing is, I
Mhm.
don't think I've ever played a Shinobi game. I feel like the only things I ever heard about them was that they were very short and very expensive back in the day. So
I never played them, so I have no context or information to provide.
yeah, but it's a 2D action game and all that sort of stuff. If you're not aware, but yeah, it looked really neat. Um,
Hmm. Yeah, it looked cool.
that game is coming out on August the 28th.
It's something I would play maybe on sale or if it was given to me
Yeah.
on PlayStation.
Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. It's a new Sonic racing game. You can race through different worlds. There's transforming cars and everything. They only showed Sonic characters in this, but apparently a blog blurb said that it would also include people from the Sega universe. So that's a little bit more exciting for me.
Are,
Hopefully,
are,
we
are they
see.
gonna like hear you race with Sonic?
I hope so. We see the dude from Shinbu on his forklift again.
Oh my God. Hell yeah. That'd be fun.
That'd be great.
That'd be super fun.
So yeah, this is their kart racing series and everything. It looks nice and all that. The tracks basically make you go through different worlds, which is an interesting little gimmick and all that sort of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then they're getting a closed network test of it coming out next week on February the 21st.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've never played a Sonic racing game, so I don't know how they are compared to like a Mario Kart.
And they're similar, I think.
That makes sense that they'd be similar. I
Yeah,
mean, why wouldn't they?
yeah. Following that, Bandai Namco's like, "Hey, we're making a new Digimon story game," and I was like, "Yeah, let's go!"
The only thing I could think of when I saw this was like, I wonder if Jared's gonna be excited about this.
Yeah. Uh, Digimon Story Time Stranger. It's coming out this year at some point. I really liked the Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth games that came out it's a long time ago now, I think.
Yeah, it
um,
was many years ago at this point.
yeah, but those games were really fun. They're basically kind of like SMT lights and how they are like and how the gameplay is and everything and all that sort of stuff and how you make your Digimon and all that. So like them making another one is very exciting to me. So I am eager to play this game and everything and see what they do with it and all that.
Mhm. I was happy for you.
Yay! I'm happy for me too.
Woo!
After that was Lost Soul Aside. It's I believe an action game.
It is, and I remember I texted you when I was watching this while I was walking around on campus today. And I was like, this just looks like some off-brand Final Fantasy.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like warping around. Like kind of, it was very Final Fantasy 15 esque.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Is it looks very much like
Yes.
Final Fantasy 15, which if there's one you're gonna emulate, it's probably not supposed to be 15.
But yeah,
Oof.
it's an action game and everything, all that sort of stuff. Pre-orders for it are open on February 19th. If you're ready, there you
It
go.
it looks cool, but it's definitely something that I would like wait to see what the response is first before I bite on it.
Right.
Especially
Uh,
if it is inspired by 15.
I don't know if it's inspired by 15. It just looked like it.
I mean, it definitely looks like it. Like, I don't know, the outfits, the character designs, the gameplay, like it feels very 15. Is there fishing? If there's fishing, then you know it's inspired by Final Fantasy 15. Hmm.
That's how that works. Yep.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is getting a demo. It comes out this week,
Yay!
or I guess by the time you're listening to this, it's out already. I don't know
Does
if
the
it.
demo
I
progress
don't
transfer?
know. They have not said or
Mm,
anything, but I feel like with
mm.
how they're saying how like it's you can try out the different fighting styles and also naval combat. I'm gonna guess no.
Aw, butts.
But again, they haven't like said one way or another.
Hmm.
With regards to that, but also like that game's out next week as well, so
Yeah, wow. Whew.
I don't know if I need to play a demo of it.
Nah.
If it doesn't carry over,
If it doesn't carry over,
especially
no.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Dave the Diver's getting new DLC featuring one Ichiban Katsuga,
Not my cat.
not
That
the cat.
not Ichiban Katsuga.
No. That's coming out in April. Ichiban's there. A mysterious bartender's there as well.
Yeah, who could that be?
Who could that be?
I'm wondering if this is the thing that makes me get over like the fact that there are sharks in this game and finally play it.
Hopefully, that'd be nice.
Because this looks real fun.
It's a very interesting crossover for sure.
Yeah, it's very unexpected. I didn't see it coming.
No. After that, Paul Heyman showed up and was like, "Here's WWE 2K25. Here's the island, which is just if you've played NBA 2K in any like the past like decade or something. This is just the city, but for WWE, it's a big centralized hub for the online stuff. You can go into shops and like buy cosmetics and everything, which is probably gonna making CAWs even more annoying and all that sort of stuff. And then
Make what more annoying?
creator wrestlers.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And then you'll probably be able to do like online matches at various little locations within this area and all that sort of stuff. They're hyping it up as a big thing, but like again, if you've played the NBA 2K games, you know what this is, and you know that it's really not that big of a deal.
Right.
It's just another way for them to get some money out of your pockets via microtransactions, basically.
Woo.
But yeah, WWE 2K25 is coming out on March the 14th on Pi Day.
Oh.
There you go. Borderlands 4 showed up. Randy Pitchford was there. He's like, "You want to see some magic and also some porn on a USB stick?" Well, anyways, here's Borderlands 4. It looks like a Borderlands game. It's coming out September 22nd. They're also doing a Borderlands State of Play for it, which sounds very
Ew.
not interesting at all.
All right, I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm sure you're not gonna be surprised by this. I skipped through this part of the
I'm shocked.
state of play because I came to it after I missed like the first half of this, so I had to catch up. But
Yeah.
yeah, I saw Borderlands. Well, actually, I heard their voices first. I was like, no, I don't need this.
I mean, they didn't really show anything. It was just like, here's some guns and shooting. It's like, yeah, that's a Borderlands game.
Yeah, it's a Borderlands game.
There's that. They showed off a new trailer for Split Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
See some co-op gameplay and everything. Some more parts of the story and everything. Doing all that jazz. There was also a date for this. I forget when, but
I feel like it was March.
March 6th. So that is again
Okay.
soon.
Very soon. We're playing this.
Yes.
I've already pre-ordered it. You're on the hook. You have no choice.
I was like, you're gonna play this. It's like, yeah, of course I am.
Well, I mean, the good thing about these is that like only one person has to buy them, and then
Yeah.
you can both play it. Like
Hmm.
that's so good.
I'm excited to get into some co-op shenanigans with you for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, maybe we won't get traumatized this time.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, like they did talk about like this is a story about my childhood from my sister, and then this is a story about my dad. It's like, oh God, are we gonna get some hurting here?
It's
Ah,
possible.
it is possible, but I do really like the like different styles, like the more like fantasy-ish stories, and then like the sci-fi-ish stories, and how it really plays into the actual gameplay of it. Like that seems really fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like they make really good games, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm expecting this to be just as good as the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
After that, we got the
Maybe the
first.
ending will be better than the
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah. Uh, After that, we got the first real trailer for Directive 8020. This is the first new game of season 2 of the Dark Pictures,
Mm-hmm.
which is very exciting. This is their space game, which is essentially it's the thing but in space.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, sure, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to play this with you as well.
I'm gonna get scared.
Yeah, this is coming out on October 2nd. It's, right
Oh,
in
thank
time
God.
for Halloween and everything. But yeah,
Spooky.
this will be a fun time to go through with you,
Oh
as
yeah,
these games
totally.
usually are.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna be scared as hell, but it'll be great.
You're like, I'm in space.
Um.
They can't hear me scream.
Ah. Ah.
I'm the thing.
Ah. There's like critters crawling on people's faces and things.
Mm-hmm. As you do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Dumpy Man's gonna be there?
God, I hope Dumpy Man's there.
Where's a
He
PS5 HD Dumpy Man?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm here for that.
After that, we got Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. It's a game and it's coming out on June 13th.
I also skipped that.
That's all I know about that.
Yeah, that's a Five
Uh,
Nights at Freddy thing.
yeah. After that, they showed off The Midnight Walk, which is like a game made in like clay,
Mm-hmm.
also
It's
kind
like
of
a
like claymation.
claymation looking
Yeah.
thing. It looked cool.
It's a first-person thing. They called it
Can't
like
play it.
cozy horror. Which is
Which I don't think those things go
that's an
together.
interesting way to describe it. Yeah, very much an interesting look to it and everything for sure. This is coming out on May the 8th. It's also going to be in VR, so that's an interesting little tell for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm, mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
After that, they showed off Darwin's Paradox, which is you're an octopus and you get trapped in a food factory. You got to get back to the ocean.
They didn't show much of this, but I am intrigued.
I swear they said this was Konami making this,
They did.
which is weird. Konami's making video games again.
That seems fake.
Who would have guessed? Yeah, this looked. It reminded me a lot of like what's that one game? It reminded me a lot of like Inside and then the other game they made.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So, be a little octopus.
Yeah, like I said, it looks interesting. They didn't show much, but it seemed nice that I would keep an eye on.
Yeah. How about some Warriors? Koei Tecmo's here. They got a new Warriors game for you. Well,
Well,
maybe not for Al, but
maybe not for me, but
Warriors Abyss. It's a Warriors game, but also a roguelite, and it's out
yeah.
now.
Yeah, like they just shadow dropped it today. And I mean, it looks super cool. And I love seeing dudes just flying all over the screen and like the soundtrack. It's so good. Um, but roguelites are not, I can't do them. I can't do them.
What an interesting two genres to mash up here.
Right?
Not at all what you would expect in the slightest, for sure.
It's also interesting because in the trailer they were showing that you could like summon characters, but you could summon it seemed both from Dynasty and Samurai. So I
Well,
was like,
yeah, I guess
huh,
that makes sense because it's just straight up just warriors and
hell,
not one or the
you're
other.
you're in hell.
Who's in
I don't know
hell?
why we're in hell. That's what they said. You're in hell.
Oh, I guess that is the abyss.
Yeah, they said you're in hell, and you're playing these things and you're beating up people, and you could summon warriors, heroes. I was like,
You're in Muso
huh?
hell.
You know, Muso Hell sounds pretty cool actually, but like if it wasn't a roguelite.
You got to fight through all of the enemies you've killed before.
Hell yeah. There's so many dudes. More boys are coming.
More boys are coming.
But yeah, once the music kicks in, it's like, oh, oh, this is good.
You're like, yep, this is a warriors game.
Yeah, but I can't. I just roguelites aren't for me. It's unfortunate.
They almost had you, and then they didn't
They
have you.
almost. You know, they had me in the first half, like the meme.
Exactly, like the meme.
Yay!
After that, Onimusha 2 is coming back out on the PS5 on May 23rd. Capcom's also doing some work to it, which is interesting. They're, uprising the graphics, modernizing the controls, which is nice. Some of those PS2 games don't control the best.
Mm-hmm.
People were still figuring out how to make 3D games, so there's
Mm-hmm.
that. This, like I said, comes out on May 23rd. Obviously, this is, to get you prepped up for the new Onimusha coming out next year, Onimusha Way of the Sword. Uh, this trailer showed off the protagonist, Miyamoto Musashi, who just was running around killing things and also running away at times if he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the gameplay seemed interesting, where like you could like trap the demons under like a cloth or something, or like just like throw a table at them as like kind of a shield, but also like just throw it at them. Interesting things here. Apparently Capcom has also come out and said like, hey, we modeled this dude, the protagonist, after Toshiro Mifune, who of course is the famous actor who worked with Akira Kurosawa in a lot of the famous samurai films, like Seven Samurai and all those sort of stuff. So like
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that game comes out in 2026. Uh, the MGS3 trailer that got leaked earlier this week showed back up here, and it's like, yep, this is the same trailer as we saw earlier this week.
I didn't see it, but
Yeah,
I saw it this time.
yep. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. It's coming out August 28th. You can see Big Boss aim a rocket launcher with his eye patch eye. As you do.
That feels kind of like the scene in the live action Yakuza where Majima like looks around the
Yeah,
corner,
yeah.
but he looks with the eye patch eye.
It's Metal Gear Solid 3. Yep. And then also at the end, they tease that the Snake versus Monkey mode is back from MGS3, where you have to go fight off the ape escape monkeys,
Oh my God.
which is funny. Apparently the Xbox version of this will get Snake versus Bomberman
Oh,
instead,
interesting.
because they cannot put the ape escape monkeys in the Xbox version.
No, they cannot.
So yeah, that's out August 28th for the Snake Man.
Hmm.
After that, they showed off Hell Is Us. Spooky game with like weird looking demons and a dude with a huge chin.
Hmm. That guy had a huge chin.
It was so big.
So big.
Yeah. This is coming out on September the 4th.
Um, ah,
Fight off the
uh,
scary looking demons.
do you want to know what the guy reminded me of?
What's that?
Norg from Final Fantasy 8.
I don't remember who that is.
Hold on. I'm gonna send it in the chat so you can know who I'm talking about.
Okay. That was very quick. Okay, yeah.
Snorg.
Do you think he's got the long fingies as well?
I hope he has the long fingies. It's just that's who I thought of when I saw it. I was like, wait a minute, that just looks like Norg.
Norg.
Yeah, the random Norg they keep in the basement at Belive Garden. Which, by the way, happy 26th anniversary to Final Fantasy 8.
It's becoming so old. Well, I don't know if the Norg is going to show up in that game, but you know, you got a man with a long chin as well. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
After that, Liza
Norg's
P's
cousin.
yeah, Nor's cousin. Liza P's DLC has finally been announced.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out sometime in the near future. Liza P Overture. This is the prequel to Liza P, which is interesting.
Oh, huh.
Um, Pinocchio Man's in the cold. It's winter, and you're gonna fight some things. There was a dog man who showed up. I saw. The Liza P heads are very excited for this. That's all I know.
Are there Liza P heads?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. Good for them. I'm
Uh,
happy for them.
After that, we got Dreams of Another.
This one looked weird.
Yeah, it's like very like voxel looking. Apparently it's a third person shooter where you create things instead of destroying them. So like you'll shoot just
Mhm.
mass like a blob of voxel blocks and everything, and it's like it turns into something. Like the dude who made it came out afterwards like, yeah, I want to like do a reimagining of the shooter genre, so where instead of like, you know, you're just destroying everything, you're actually like making things instead. And it's like, all right, that sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wild way to go about it, but yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
they
didn't expect it.
yeah, I don't think they gave a date for this, but yeah, that looked interesting. And then of course the game everyone was excited for, Days Gone remastered. Everyone's been clamoring for a remaster of Days Gone.
This was unexpected.
It sure was. It was something.
It was something. Anyway,
Anyways, that's coming out on April the 25th for PS5. If you have the PS4 version, you can upgrade for $10.
10 doll hairs.
$10 hairs. Stellar Blade's getting Nikkei DLC because of course it is, because those games are made by the same company.
Mhm.
So the butt shooting ladies are coming to Stellar Blade.
It's the Gunnar crossover that everybody's been waiting for.
Yep, that's coming in June. Blue Prince is coming to PS5. It's a puzzle game.
That one actually looked really interesting.
45
Like
shifting
I am actually
rooms.
intrigued by it.
Yeah. I've heard people say this is good, so there you go.
Oh, does it already exist?
I think there was like a demo out on Steam at some point.
Nahone. It looks cute. I mean, not cute, but it looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks like something I would be interested in. We'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Then also after that, Abiotic Factor.
I don't remember this one.
It's a survival game where you're fighting off like aliens or something,
Ah.
or monsters or something of that nature.
Hmm.
It's in early access on PC apparently now, and it's going to come to consoles this summer. After that, we got Tides of Annihilation. The bruvs are here.
Oi, bruvs.
Oi, bruv. Uh, another action game for you. Another character
Hmm.
action game for you, except now they're all bruvs.
Hmm. Also, there's some kind of weird ocean critter that wants to hang out.
Ocean critter.
I didn't like that.
Brub, 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 brub.
I don't like ocean critters. I mean, I like some ocean critters, but not ones that are like, nom nom, I'm gonna eat you.
Nom, 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 nom. This looked neat.
Yeah, it was interesting. This feels like something I would watch you play, but I wouldn't play myself.
Sure. All the bruvs are here.
Oi, bruv.
Oi, bruv. After that, we got Metal Eden, which is very much looked like, hey, we played Titanfall and we want to make one of those because there was wall running and it was very fast paced, first person shooter and all that sort of stuff. Looked neat. Um, again, a lot of these games are like, hey, this looks neat. Will they play well and everything? That remains to be seen because these are like a lot of first looks and everything. So who is to say? But like there's some promise here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Love me some good fast paced wall running and first person shooters. So automatically gets you intrigued.
Woo.
After that, we got Mind's Eye. This is the new game from Leslie Benzie, who is one of the people who helped make GTA good, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And it very much has that look to it. This is more, of course, like sci-fi and everything. But it's very much like it's an open world action game and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's apparently when AI and human greed collide, which is that's just real life.
That's just real life.
That's just real life, my dude.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, it looks intriguing again as a revealed trailer. As it can look as intriguing as you can think because you're not going to be playing this for a while. But yeah, if you are a fan of the GTA's, you'll probably be like, this seems like right up my alley, right up my Grand Theft Alley.
Is it up your Grand Theft Alley?
It could be.
Interesting. Maybe.
Maybe.
Eyebrow waggles. Oh.
And then they ended the state of play with Saros. This is the new game from Housemarque, the makers of Returnal, and the PS4 side scroller shooter game. I forget what it's called, but it's probably going to be very much in line with that. It was funny because like at the end of that trailer, this dude's like going up to fight this monster and like a bunch of like projectiles come at him. I was like, what is this? A bullet hell game? And it's like, oh, it's Housemarque. So yeah, it probably is going to be just a bullet hell kind of game. That's interesting. Yeah, they're making a new game. It's going to be not exactly, but it's going to be similar to their other games where they are fast-paced shooter games and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. That is the Sony State of Play. A lot of new things here. A lot of new things to dive through. Were you going to say
Some
something?
interesting stuff. No, I was just gonna say there's some interesting stuff here. I mean, there is some stuff that I was also just like, bleh, but that's how it goes.
I think a lot of times I felt like when we've watched these state of plays, they've kind of been same notey in terms of the games they showed off here. They show off, but like I feel like here there was a good variety of stuff here.
Yeah.
In terms of like stuff we knew about, but also like a lot of the announced stuff. So I think that's a good thing for Sony to actually start to lean into is just like, hey, have some freaking variety in your show, and not
Yay.
just make everything so one note, which is good.
Right. No, it's great.
But yeah, quite a few things here that I'm looking forward to seeing more of, and hopefully they play well and yeah.
I saw that like the general response to this was pretty negative, but I thought it was pretty good. Like I don't know, there was stuff I was interested in, and there was stuff that I was intrigued by, but couldn't quite put myself to like the interested column yet. But like, not bad.
Yeah,
And again, like the variety helps a lot.
for sure.
That's one thing that Nintendo's always done very well is like, here,
Yeah,
look at this wide variety of things.
It's kind of what you need for these types of things. You can't just make them all just one dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously not everyone's going to be just looking for a one specific tiny type of game. You need a little bit for everybody.
You mean not everybody wants to play shooters all the time?
Shooters or action games.
Yeah, wow. Who could have seen that coming?
But yeah, that is a look at the slate of what's coming to the PlayStation 5 and also other consoles as well throughout the rest of this year, and some stuff coming in next year and perhaps beyond as well. Who knows? Yeah, intriguing stuff
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm.
But that's
Some
gonna
creativity, some renewals, some, I don't know, things.
you
I,
start off
I'm
strong there and then kind of fell off.
I'm tired. Leave me alone.
That's true. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for us this week. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to Checkup.com or SEC.cool is where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts. Like Jared Now Watch. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Ann Ladium, go to AnnLadium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can
Mhm.
follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. Follow us on Blue Sky at SeasonalAnimeCheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, a critical analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. Buy us a slice of pizza, get access to unedited versions of the podcast early. Our bonus Patreon podcast is up there as well. You can listen to all of those episodes. I have the choice for this month. I have already picked out our movie. We will be watching it at some point.
I'm so excited.
I am very excited to dive into it and get very nerdy about the subject matter. So
It's gonna rule.
look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a wealth of bonus content up on the Patreon as well for you to dive into.
Mm-hmm.
Next week we'll, I guess, potentially talk about those Ace Attorney games like we were supposed to this week. And then Sony's like, nah, you're going to talk about this instead.
Woo. Yeah, Ace Attorney Investigations.
So yeah, look forward to that next week.
Talk about Miles.